Alright, hello everyone. So today we'll be looking at Liu Yi Sang and Thoracalgia Faust. This video is probably going to be very short, by the way, because there is nothing much else to say about these characters. Coin power +1 for every 3 burn, deal 10% damage for every 10 burn, and then after that inflict 4 instances of burn. Skill 2 will be burn again, burn count if 6 burn, and coin power if burn. Skill 3 is burn, and then reduce burn count by 2 and deal Wrath affinity damage. And then after that, you also have a nice little SP gain here for one ally with the least SP. If you kill someone, you heal one more ally. Make sure the guy you kill also has 10 plus burn. Right, with the coin power here, and coin power here is going to be 15, 22, 24, which means that this character here is amazing clashing, applies a bunch of burn, even the defense has burn on it. You can use this to counter attack people and inflict burn, and if you have shielding on yourself, you also inflict burn. So this character is burn, and SP heal. That's the only interesting thing about this character. He heals one ally with the least SP by 5 plus highest resonance, and if the said ally has base heals that inflict burn potency or count, you also heal 5 additional SP to them. So that's going to be SP here, and then skill 3 also SP. This is all for Philip Claire. Literally just feed everything into Philip Claire so that he can stay in the Philip Claire form and just do a bunch of burn. Because we used to use base Yi Sang's passive to help keep Philip Claire alive, and now without Philip Claire we can now use Liu Yi Sang, who is able to do a lot of damage, do some good clashing, do some good burn potency, and feed SP into our Philip Claire. Like, that's it. That's all I have to say about this character. He's just a good unit, swap him in, done. Right, next one, Thoracalgia Faust. This ego is not really going to be there for damage. It's going to be there for buffs and going to be there for just straight up healing every single turn. It is extremely good for Poise teams. As you can see, 5 Pride. 5 Pride generated by Poise teams mainly. In other team comps, it's going to be a bit harder depending on what kind of team comps you're running. The Pride resource, very, very excessive. If you are going to run it in a non-Pride team, 5 is very, very expensive. But in the Pride team, no problem. 5, we willingly pay it. So Fluid Sac will be better outside of Pride teams, and this one will be better for mainly Pride teams. Right, Thoracalgia Faust, triple AoE with 18 in total, not that amazing, but the thing that this ego is used for is for the buffs. You apply a bunch of potency to allies, apply count to affected units, you also give them shallow exhale, which is when they are at 20 plus poise potency, they gain 1 count whenever they gain poise with skill and coin effects, which is really, really nice. Then the passive also gives you Nebulizer Alpha. This Nebulizer Alpha, this combat start passive here, does not scale on the Alpha, which means all you need is 1 stack of Nebulizer Alpha. 1 Nebulizer Alpha stack gives you, at combat start, on all allies including this unit, apply 1 poise potency and +1 poise count. This is free and it's every single turn. Combat start is every single turn, not just at the start of the wave. That one was a mistake I made in the kit review. Combat start is every time they are about to fight. Just before they are about to fight, they will get this combat start effect. So that's what that means, and that means that you basically have a free +1 potency and +1 poise count every single turn. And the best part about the stacks here is that it takes damn long to stack, but it gives you a passive healing amount for highest resonance allies every single turn, and if the unit receiving healing has 20 plus poise potency, you activate it again. So let's say you activate this ego 1 time. You have never triggered this combat start effect over here, right? So what happens is that you only have 1% healing for resonance allies, right? But if they have 20 poise potency, you will do it again, so it's 2% healing. And this is every single turn end, right? So with this plus something like a G Gregor passive, that will be a lot of passive healing for the entire party, and that actually is quite good sustain. And of course, if you really need more healing to just stack up, you just use Thoracalgia again and again and again, so that you can get to 5 stacks, and now your 5% HP will become 10% HP. 10% HP every single turn. Max HP scaling, by the way. So yeah, it's really, really damn strong. So yeah, this is just a really, really good sustained ego for the Poise team, and gives a decent buff for the Poise team, as well as feed Poise potency to all of them if you can get a lot of Pride resonance. So yeah, just a very good addition to the Poise team in general. Right, so what do you do with these egos or IDs? You just use the Poise team here. You use the full stops and then the 3 best Blade lineage members and maybe an Edgar family butler for the Thoracalgia Ryoshu Ego. Then you use the Ryoshu Ego to feed them Pride, Resonance, Poise, Potency, and Count, while you have Blade Lineage Salsu with the Thoracalgia Faust to feed them one Poise, Potency, and Count at the start, and then over time it will scale and then also heal everyone every single turn. It's very, very powerful, right? So this is going to be the Pride team sustain, Ryoshu is going to be the Pride team's feeding, and the Blade Lineage Mentor will be feeding the Blade Lineage in general, while Faust, Dawn will be feeding everyone Poise, and these two don't really need Poise help. They already will be able to stack really, really fast. Yeah. Feel free to swap in Ahab at any point in time if you want, like no problem at all either. Okay, so then the last one is going to be the burn one. Liu Yi Sang, just replace whatever ID you want, really. Like you can just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is 6 3-star burn IDs. Your clashing is actually amazing, and you're able to feed SP into Dawn Office Fixer to just win the game, and you stack burn with every single character and count on every single character. Yeah, the only bad thing about burn is that you need to have 3 Walpurgis ID/Ego over here. Otherwise, burn is not going to be very, very functional outside of the mirror dungeon. But yeah, everything else here is just a buff. Just use them as passive slots to feed them even more burn potency or feed them even more damage output. It doesn't really matter. Right. That's all I have to say about this banner. It is a pretty good banner, but you don't pull for it because you can dispense Faust right now, and Liu Yi Sang is a standard character. Standard, as in here forever. The only one you're in a rush to get is your Thoracalgia Faust, and if you're not running a Poise team for any other content anytime soon, you might as well wait until you are able to dispense it from the dispensary. Right, so that's going to be it, I think, for this entire video. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. But honestly, this Ego and ID are pretty simple to understand, and they're just straight up very good for their respective statuses. Right, so that's going to be it. I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.